Copyright 2014, Math, Diagnostics, and Intervention, all rights reserved. This is the coordinate system, also known as the Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane. And we're going to learn a little bit about what the coordinate plane is made of and some of its parts. The coordinate plane consists of two number lines joined at 0. We have a horizontal number line right here. That is called the x-axis. And then we also have a vertical number line right here. That is called the y-axis. The x-axis and the y-axis are joined at their zeros right there. So basically this gives us a way to tell where anything is on our coordinate plane by first giving out its horizontal coordinate and then by giving its vertical coordinate. We're going to learn a few names for some of the things in the coordinate plane. The place where the two number lines meet, where the x-axis and the y-axis meet, that has a name. It is called the origin. The origin. The x-axis, the horizontal number line right there, that horizontal number line is called the x-axis. And the vertical number line, this vertical number line, let's try that again. The vertical number line right there, that thing is called the y-axis. And points can end up in different, what are called quadrants. We have the first quadrant right here, usually given the Roman numeral 1. The second quadrant is right there, Roman numeral 2. The third quadrant is over here, Roman numeral 3. And the fourth quadrant is over here, Roman numeral 4. Those are the essential parts of the coordinate plane that you need to know. Now let's take a look at how to plot some points on the coordinate plane. Suppose we wanted to plot the point, and let's give it a designation of A. The point A has the coordinates of 3, 4. Now when we go to plot points, we need to remember that the first coordinate is the x-coordinate, and the second coordinate is the y-coordinate. So we're going to plot the point 3, 4, first going 3 units on our x number line or along our x-axis. So we would go 1, 2, 3. So that's our 3. And then we would go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point right here right there, that is the point A, which is the coordinates 3, 4. Now that point is also in quadrant 1. Remembering from our previous drawing, our point is over here at 3, 4. That puts our point in quadrant 1. Now let's suppose we have another point, and let's call that point B. And let's suppose that point B is at negative 2, 5. Negative 2 is right here, and then we're going to go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along our y-axis or our y number line. So our point B is right there at coordinates negative 2, 5. Now we're going to take a look at another point. Let's take the point C and let's give it negative 4, negative 2. So we're going to go back 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or to negative 4 on our x number line, because our x is always first. And then we're going to go to negative 2 on our y number line, and our point C would be right here at negative 4 along our x and at negative 2 along our y. Now let's take a look at a couple more points. Let's take a look at the point D, and let's say that the point D is at the point 1, negative 4. So we're going to go over 1, and then we're going to go down 4, because that's where our negative 4 is on our y number line, or our y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there, and that would be our point D. Now, we also have some other points we need to take a look at. Let's take a look at a point E, and let's give that point E the coordinates 5, 0. 5 is our x coordinate, so we're going to go horizontally along our x number line, or along our x-axis to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we don't go up or down at all. Our y coordinate is 0. So when we do that, our point E would be at 5, 0, 5 out on our number line on the x, and then we don't go up or down. Now let's take a look at one more. Let's take a look at the point F, and let's give the coordinates of F as 0, negative 6. 0 means I don't go along my x-axis. I don't move. I stay right there at 0 along my horizontal axis, or along my x number line, or my x-axis. So now I'm going to go down 6, because that's where negative 6 is on the y-axis, or on the y number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is the point F. Now let's take a look at where all of these points are on our quadrants. What quadrant are all these points in? Remembering that we have the 4 quadrants, quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming back here, point A is in quadrant 1. Point B is in quadrant 2. Point C is in quadrant 3. Point D is in quadrant 4. And now for points E and F. Points E and F are not in any of the quadrants. They're on our axis. Any point that is on an axis is not on the number line. Or excuse me, it's not in a quadrant. It is on the number line, it is on the axis, but is not in a quadrant. Some students confuse that. Don't be one of them. So, you need to remember the parts of a coordinate plane. You need to remember the x-axis, the y-axis, the origin, as well as what quadrant contains what points. And then you need to be able to plot your points, remembering that you start with the x, or the horizontal point first, and then you go y second. If you remember this, you should have few problems plotting points. Good luck.